let's go ahead and jump into our the way and not the way for this week.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So something that we've been doing the last couple of weeks is giving one item that is the way for the week and one item that is not the way. Mine have been pretty personal. I'm going to continue probably with that trend this week. Taze, I saw what you had to say, and I'm really excited to get into that as well. But let me kick it off, okay? So
absolutely.
I'm going to start with my negative so that we can finish with the positive. My negative right now is just men in the workplace, period. Okay. I'm
sorry.
I'm not saying that I know, like, Benny's crossed arms.
Get rid of them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Benny,
get rid of them? What?
No, hold on.
They are menaces.
I'm going to give you a minute to explain yourself. Then, all right, continue.
No. So here's the thing. I have no issue with working with men. You know, I've worked with men my whole life. I also understand that, like, you know, especially in this particular situation with the podcast, Benny, without you, we'd probably be nothing, okay? Oh, look.
Trying to save yourself right
I'm
there.
trying to butter him up.
Yeah, right? Like, why, whatever. It's just because of you, babe. You're different, though. It's totally fine. Like, it's all good.
But, you know, so yeah, let me go into detail. I just, for those of you guys that don't know, I work in a male-dominated environment. And it's one that is a little bit rough around the edges at time at that, you know. So this week in particular has been pretty frustrating because, you know, I'm not the only person in there who's experienced this particular go around. But there's been a lot of talking over and like maybe being dismissive.
What are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about?
Benny.
What? What?
So, for example, it's just like, you know, in assuming maybe that they are going to answer the question that I have before I finish asking it, or, you know, maybe they just, you know, they assume that, like, you know, maybe I understand your time is precious, and if you need to give a quick answer, that's fine. But listen to the question so that you can respond with the correct answer. You know, just listen. That's really just it. Be quiet. Turn your ears on, and then give a response. You know?
Called active listening.
Yeah. So it's just like, you know, and I mean, this is something that it's anyone gets this, you know, Shantae, I'm sure you experience it in any field, you know, that you're working with others. It's just a thing. Like, there's articles that have been written about it. Men do this, okay? They love to talk over women. Secondly, where is the faith in me? You know, I've been working in my field now about 4 to 5 years. There's a lot of stuff in HR that is purely just common knowledge that if you don't know the answer to these things, you probably should not be working in this line of work. Now, I got asked a question about benefits the other day and, you know, certain elements of that. I had the correct answer immediately because, oh yeah, I'm familiar with this. I know, like, whatever. I was still told to consult with a resource. Like, I was still told to call somebody, double check, verify, and then, yeah. And I was like, so that they can tell me the same thing that I just told you?
Why?
Thank you. Why? And so guess what? Called and consulted with this particular resource, and guess what they told me? Just guess.
The same thing you said?
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yes.
Word for word?
Pretty much. You know, their jargon was maybe a little bit more professional, but yeah. So I just, like, it was really frustrating to me because that wasted time, you know, like, you could have just taken what I told you right then and there. And then honestly, if you had any doubts about it, why couldn't you consult with
ask them?
Like,
right.
You feel me? Yeah. Like, if you were really that unsure. So it just really, like, it really frustrated me because I was like, so why am I here if you're just gonna double, like, did you want to do this since you don't trust me anyways? Like, you know? So that was just absolutely not the way for me. It really made me feel like they didn't necessarily trust me or my knowledge. However, really satisfying when I was able to let them know that I was absolutely correct.
I feel
and then,
that.
it's really satisfying when you know that you're right.
There's a silver lining in that situation.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go and double check this for you, just so I can say, "Told you so."
Right. And that's the satisfaction of it all.
It's micromanaging to its finest.
I hate
Yeah,
micromanaging.
It is.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and then the mansplaining that I get on a daily. Whew. Sorry. Anyways. Next step. The way for the week. You guys, I have been on a high. I've been crushing my credit card debt. Thank you. Yes, Shantae. Thank you.
Woo!
So we briefly talked about this. I'm on the process of saving and grinding so that I can purchase some property out here. But I'm one step closer to being in a better spot to do so. I only have 2 credit cards. I made sure that I did not just rack up all kinds of credit cards in my young age. Their balances are pretty low, but I'm still having to make monthly payments. So no longer is that the case for this credit card. So stay tuned in another couple of weeks because I will be reporting that the other one will be paid off. And because I'm saying this out loud right now, I'm holding myself accountable and making sure that actually happens. So,
Affirmations, good.
Thank you. So stay tuned. Sometime in October, y'all will hear about me paying it all the way off, and I will be out here financially independent, almost.
I feel that. It feels good. Like they send a little paper that's like, "Congratulations," and I'm like,
right.
"Oh, thank
Your
you."
credit goes up just a little bit. Like,
I did that, didn't I?
We going on a trip.
Right.
Right,
Let's go
right.
rack it back up.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
But that was the way, not the way for this week, y'all. Thank you guys for listening. Tay, take it away. I want to hear about yours.
Yes, so the way for the week is that the season 4 of Dear White People is on Netflix. Yes, thank you, Benny. I'm supposed to be number 1 on everybody's list.
Mm-hmm.
I've never watched seasons 1 through 3.
You should catch up.
Yeah, you got a lot to do.
I do.
It's an easy watch. Like
adding it.
if you binge watch it, it's easy to just get through a season. I will probably start and finish the season 4 this weekend. So Dear White People, it's one of my favorite shows. It's about a group of students of color that go to Winchester University, which is a predominantly white Ivy League school. The students are faced with a landscape of cultural bias, social justice, misguided activism, and slippery politics. The main character, played by Logan Browning, is a podcaster. Her and her best friend. Her best friend, I didn't actually put her name down, and Tay. Her and her best friend have a podcast. And
Would you forget about me?
No, but it's called Dear White People. And it just reminds me a lot of like what we do. And Logan Browning in it, she's very unapologetic, and she's always pushing the Browns, and she's like, I don't really care who I upset by what I say and do. And I'm like, I feel that, sis. You and I might be the same person, so I really just resonate with the show. It's gone in a very interesting direction. There's now like this secret society that they're trying to like figure out who it is, what they do, and like just like what is going on. And I'm excited for season 4 because I'm hoping that they finally get to the bottom of it.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, very good. It's on Netflix. Check it out.
And very black forward, which I appreciate.
Oh, power to the people. My not the way for the week. So I was actually having a hard time with my not the way, and then I was like, duh, it's right in front of your face. If we weren't going to talk about it for the hot topic, I had to slip it in there somehow. But what's not the way is what is going on and happening at the border, the Mexican-Texas border with the Haitian migrants. The pictures are disturbing, to say the least. I don't know exactly what they are doing, but it is not what they are supposed to be
at all.
It looks like they are herding them like cattle, and again, it's just absolutely disgusting. It's disturbing, and it's not okay. So a little bit more about what's happened. There were reportedly between 14 and 16,000 migrants camping under the Del Rio Bridge, which is a bridge in Texas. Things are not great in Haiti, as you guys all know. Their president was assassinated by mercenaries back in July. Things have been pretty tumultuous ever since. And then there was an earthquake, a massive earthquake that hit them just last month. And they haven't
still not
even
recovered
from anything that's happened prior to this.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So it's not good. And so they're all trying to run from Haiti basically to apply for asylum here in the US. The route that they have to travel alone just to get to where they are now, the border, is insane, you guys.
They could die in route.
First of all, en route. Many of these people have children or are pregnant. They are coming with what they have left. So if they haven't lost everything or sold everything, they're literally, you can see in the photos, traveling with big trash bags. Now, let me tell you, from Haiti, they fly to Brazil, and then they either catch buses or trek on foot with bags of their personal belongings or children.
Their entire life. Yeah.
Part of the journey takes them through the Darien Gap, which is a jungle in the Panama, and it is treacherous. Like, they're doing that part on foot. When I was reading about it, it says it takes a week to get through it. There are children. Okay, so I'm just like flabbergasted because I'm like, I can't even imagine.
The fact that this is real life, 2021, like this is right now happening. Right. Ugh.
So, of course, the people are at the border. We see what Border Patrol is doing. Obviously, because of the way America thinks, and just wants to be, we're putting people on planes and sending them back to Haiti. Okay, we're deporting most of these people. They're not they're seeking asylum, and I don't think that we're allowing it, essentially.
And another thing that I don't think a lot of people know, that, like, I don't know, for me, I don't know why I didn't realize this, but Haiti's an island. Like, they're isolated. There's you can't even just hop a border to safety. You literally
have to take a boat or fly.
Yes.
It's crazy. Like, honestly, like, I was looking at a map of how they're traveling, and it is almost backwards because they're flying back to Brazil and then taking like a J loop up through Mexico, or like through Brazil, up through Central America, up through the border. And I'm like, insanity. The fact that they feel like they're at a point in Haiti where they have to make that kind of a journey and face uncertainty when they get to the border.
When they get back, right?
We don't even know if we're going to be able to apply for asylum and get into the U.S. And many of them are actually either, if they can't get into the U.S., are just going to set up camp in like Tijuana, which, if, you know, the Mexican government would allow, I would almost say do that, because like I said, they're deporting people from the U.S. One thing that I wanted to bring up is that we talked about this a few weeks ago, but everything that's happening, I just wanted to bring this up because I just find our immigration laws, rules, and who we allow in at what times very interesting. So we all know
why do you bring that up?
The Taliban stormed Afghanistan. They've taken over Afghanistan. So there's about 50,000 Afghans that will be admitted into the U.S. within the next month, and already 31,000 have arrived and are being processed and are being offered refuge here. I don't think that they should not be offered refuge, but how do we pick and choose who gets refuge? Like, we see what's happening in Haiti. When something bad, like a natural disaster, happens, we're the first ones with our Facebook photos saying pray for Haiti, but then they're looking for asylum and saying it's dangerous out there, we need somewhere to go, and we're like, sorry, gotta go back. We'll give you a nice free flight back home, Like, I don't understand why are we helping some people but not helping others? And America is always quick to want to help somebody when it comes to war, but like these people, I don't know. I have so many questions, and I feel like America is like the Mean Girls in the movie Mean Girls. Like Regina, Gretchen, and whatever the other girl's name that Amanda Seyfried played. And we're like, oh, you can't sit with us because you're not bringing anything to our country at all for whatever reason, even though these people are like literally they're asking for our help, and we're like, sorry, can't sit with us. You don't have enough money. You're not bringing us enough. You're not doing anything for us. So why would we let you in?
Which is the gag, because America prides itself on not letting anyone have any money. So like these people are probably offering any kind of labor, like for a place to stay and some food. But okay, I'm so sorry. I'm irritated.
I'm just saying, we are the popular girls in high school, and I don't understand how or why. Like, it's disgusting. I'm upset. It's not okay.
Majority of the popular girls in high school get fat and ugly at some point, and
I'm weak.
We're on our way. America is on its way to getting fat and ugly.
I just think that, okay, so it's like, one last thing I want to say about this before we go into our break is just like, I understand that we have to have some sort of process around it. But I just also think that like these people have come such a long way and on such dangerous, arduous journeys to get here, and they're literally saying we need help. I just think we have to do better by them.
Yeah.
And what's happening at the border is just not okay. Like that's a human problem at the end of the day.
Yes. And that's right. It's as simple as that. These are people. These are this could literally be your cousin, your sister, your brother, like, and you're so easily just gonna say, sorry, not our problem, and send them right back to the hell that they're running from. Like, what?
Right.
But you want to claim that we're humane, and sorry.
Oh, America the free, you know. Okay. So I'm going to keep up with that. When we post about this episode, I will try to find some information on ways you can help. But that is my not the way for the week. It's not great.
No, it's not sitting well at all.
With that being said, though, we're going to go ahead and jump into a 3-minute break. Stay tuned. You guys are listening to The Way with Jazz and Tay.
For a long time, we start counting